This exercise looks really important. I'm not gonna lie. It looks really important. He's jumping on one leg. He's got bands dangling from the bar. He's got big swinging balls of doom flying all over the place. What's up, guys? Enkiri here, and it looks like Joel Seedman, aka Joel the Troll, aka the Gym Wizard, aka Jumpin' Joel Seedman, has struck again. So today we're going to review one of his recent Instagram posts, and you guys better buckle up because it's going to be a bumpy ride. So, you know, I'm scrolling through my Insta the other day and whatnot, and just as an aside, I do think that I should probably start following more lifting meme pages like Dr. Joel's page here so that I can get more content ideas. And yes, I did just refer to his page as a meme page. You heard that correctly. Right now, though, I would say that like 90% of my feed is just people that I know in real life. And they only kind of post, you know, kind of boring shit. Just pictures of their food and stuff like that. And I can't really make content about that, can I? And then the rest of my feed is really just thirst trap pages. But you guys know how it is. Anyway, though, so in his recent post, Dr. Joel starts talking about jump squats, right? Jump squats. So it caught my eye because I personally love jump squats. And I use them all the time. Weighted jumps, loaded jumps, jump squats, all that shit, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm talking about. So I'll do jump squats with dumbbells in my hands, just like performing a normal vertical jump, right? To build power in the thighs. I'll do them with pauses in the bottom. I'll go down, I'll hold the weights in my hand, I'll go to the bottom of the jump, hold for 3 seconds, and then explode. Sometimes I'll do them off boxes. I'll do them with moderately heavy weights or super heavy weights, and I'll do them onto boxes as well, boxes of varying heights. You guys have seen me experiment with that. I'll also do lightly loaded rhythmic jump squats where you kind of bounce up and down off the ground and try to treat it like it's a trampoline in order to build reactivity in the lower limb. And so where power development and explosiveness and all that stuff, all that good stuff that I always talk about are concerned, all of these exercises have their place. All these different sorts of exercises that I described can be used at varying points throughout the training program. They all have their own values, and they all satisfy slightly different characteristics, and therefore enhance slightly different physical qualities when you focus on them. So personally, I appreciate a good jump squat. I really see their value. I have experienced and felt their value for myself in my own training, and I've also seen these benefits be reaped in many of my clients as well. So when Dr. Joel, when Joel the Troll, when the Gym Wizard posts about jump squats, I listen. I observe, I take notes, I analyze, and then I just get really fucking confused because, well, here, let's just look at his post. Let's look at his video real quick and see what he's doing. So cool stuff here, right? Pretty cool stuff here. He's jumping, kind of. He's on one leg, so that's really fucking hard. And this exercise looks really important. I'm not gonna lie. It looks really fucking important. He's jumping on one leg. He's got bands dangling from the bar. He's got big swinging balls of doom flying all over the place. His knees are conking in and out all over, up and about like they're pinballs. We got the bands, we got the kettlebells, and at one point he almost took out his own fucking kidneys with these swinging balls of doom. Look at it, I'm serious. They literally almost conk right into him after he lands.
Brutality. To the nether realm with you.
Kettlebell
wins.
And so now, little Timmy is gonna check this exercise out. He's gonna see Jumpin' Joel, the Gym Wizard over here, and he's gonna be like, wow, that looks so cool, guys. And then he's gonna try it himself, and he's gonna land himself in the hospital with a freaking punctured lung and probably a shredded ACL to go along with it. And so at some point, I just have to stop and I just have to ask myself, what the fuck is the point of this, man? Like, who are you even really marketing this to? The professional athletes that you train definitely don't need this type of shit. They can do it, but what is it really doing for them? And then you've got the average Joes who They could try to do it, but a lot of them are probably not going to be able to execute it very well. And even if they could, what are they really going to be getting out of it? Like the post said, hardest jump squat ever. And that right there should be a red flag for all you guys, because jump squats aren't supposed to be hard. They're for working on power development. They're just another jumping variation. Like if I made a post and I put hardest vertical jump ever in the title, you'd be like, what the fuck is he even talking about? Jumping isn't hard. It's not hard. It is intensive, but it is not hard. And there's a very big difference, right? Running a marathon is hard. Fucking cutting your arm off with a butter knife because it got trapped in between rocks is hard. But jump squatting is not hard, and it shouldn't be hard. And anyone who describes it this way should immediately be viewed with as much suspicion as possible. So then we move into the actual post, the actual text, the meat of the whole thing. And it reads, my name is Joel the Troll, but you guys can call me Jumpin' Joel. And this right here is the single hardest jump squat I've ever performed, and one of the hardest exercises, period. It's also one of the most advanced exercises in my new functional mobility and stability program that includes over 300 plus drills. Yes, this drill is only for those who've mastered their body mechanics, of which I walk you step by step. Muscle function, blah, 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 functional stability, blah, blah, redefined, blah, 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 blah. So now Joel the Troll has taken the jump squat and he's bastardized that too. He's taken one of the best general power development exercises and he's turned it into an abomination of stability and whatever the fuck else that he's always harping on about. Because, you know, we're also unstable if we don't train by jumping up and down on one leg with kettlebells swinging all over the place, threatening to decapitate us, then we're liable to just fall over where we stand, right? Like we're just big balls of freaking gelatin. But this exercise is not only dangerous, but it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And it completely eliminates the fundamental and intended purpose of the exercise, of the group of exercises in the first place. Look, man, I've said this before and I'll say it again. There is no such thing as general balance. Balance is task specific. So if you practice jumping up and down on one leg while kettlebells swing around and threaten to decapitate you, then you're going to get really good at jumping up and down on one leg while kettlebells threaten to decapitate you. But that's it. It's not going to make you a better football player. It's not going to make you better at life. It does not transfer to anything else. There's no general training effect here. You can't actually develop any meaningful force like this while you're standing on one leg with kettlebells flying all over the place. So you're not actually working on power, which is what jump squats are actually for. Instead, you're just challenging balance in a very specific way, which basically just makes you a circus performer. And honestly, that's cool if that is what you want to be. If you want to be a circus performer, there's literally nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that the shit isn't impressive or difficult, because it's very impressive and it's very difficult. I'm just saying it has no purpose beyond itself, which is not how Jumpin' Joel here is trying to sell this to you. He's selling it as some sort of functional panacea to eliminate muscle dysfunction and musculoskeletal pain and inflammation, which honestly is a little bit outrageous, to be freaking perfectly honest with you. And the word stability is a fucking catch-all. It doesn't mean anything, especially with some dumb shit like this. Talk about having a way to not have to prove that your methods are doing anything. If that's what you're going for, then just say you're working on stability. But in reality, if you want to work the stabilizers in your hips and around your knees and in your ankles, just run. Just move, pivot, cut, swivel, turn, bound, hop, skip around like a fucking child. Go play fucking hopscotch, man. Play leapfrog, play grab ass, play whatever the hell you want. Do anything else and it would be more productive and more fun than this stupid shit that he's showing you here. And at least then you would be moving your body in ways that evolution, you know, accounted for, instead of this arbitrary thing that he's trying to sell you. And he acts like he's some kind of epitome of movement capacity, but really this exercise is just a bastardization all around. Not only does it not really accomplish anything, but it's also kind of dangerous. It's kind of risky. Never mind the swinging balls of doom that are flying around trying to knock your head off and puncture your lungs, but just look at his knees buckle when he lands. As well, why jump at all for this exercise? Why jump at all when you're doing it? You don't have to. You can still get all the stabilization benefits that he's talking about here just by standing on one leg and rustling the barbell around to cause the kettlebells on the bands to start reverberating all over the place. This, with the kettlebells moving all about while you're still planted on the ground, would have the exact same training effect on the hips, on the knees, and on the ankles, but you would not have to eat that super risky and super unstable landing force that's going to cause the knee to potentially buckle when the kettlebells start flinging all over the damn place. And so it just doesn't really make sense, because you can get all the benefits that he's espousing here really with none of the risk. But Jumpin' Joel the Troll, the Gym Wizard, always insists on showing you the dumbest things possible, because the dumber the exercise, the more clicks that he gets. And that just kind of makes him a big freaking twat. Stuff like this isn't innovation, right? It's not problem solving, because there is no problem to solve. The only problems here are the ones that he invents himself, like how no one should move their joints through a full range of motion because Joel hurt himself that way. But now no one should do it. And so, again, this is just reinventing the wheel for the sake of reinventing the wheel. It's whoring yourself out for clicks, man. It's obviously all about the dollar. And honestly, it's kind of disgusting, because he shouldn't even need the money. He already trains professional athletes. He could just stay off social media altogether, and presumably he'd still make a pretty good living. I don't see how he wouldn't. So, always keep an open mind with this kind of stuff. I would never tell you not to, because if you don't have an open mind, you will miss out on some really good stuff. If you're too dogmatic, if you're overly dogmatic, like when you outgrow starting strength, you should outgrow that dogma as well, or you'll miss a lot of really good things along the way. It has utility at a certain point, but you eventually outgrow that utility, and you need to move on from that. And so you got to keep an open mind, but at the same time, you should always be skeptical. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but you got to figure that part out. You got to always question everything, whether it appears to be valid at face value or not. You should still question it. And if, like this crap that Joel is showing here, it does not appear valid at face value, then you should question it even harder. And if somebody can't defend their methods with logic that isn't circular, like Joel always does, well, then you should probably put their shit into the frickin' discard pile.
Brutality. To the nether realm with you.
Anyway, that's all I got for today, guys. Please be sure to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and definitely leave me some love in the comments down below as well. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, but more importantly, I hope that you were able to take something useful away from it. And if you guys know somebody who's falling for the glitz and the glam and the flashing lights of Joel the Troll, the Gym Wizard's methods, Jumpin' Joel Seedman, then be sure to share this video with them as well and help set them straight. Have them keep an open mind, but have them question everything. Remember that. But anyway, be sure to visit www.enkirielitefitness.com for online coaching and training programs. And that's a wrap. Keep training hard, and I will catch you guys next time.